Ladies and gents, welcome to another YouTube exclusive Voice of Nick episode. We are playing Pillars of the Earth, and we just made our kind of somewhat irreversible decision, possibly. Let's see what happens if we go back to them.
No need. We said all there was to say.
Yeah, so we can't go back to them. Sporting a vile expression. Likely helpful in his line of work. Not welcoming to others, though.
Good day.
You come to visit someone in my jail, Father? Or do you want to pick out a nice warm cell for yourself?
How dare you?
Oh, I'm just pulling your leg. See? A smile. Just for you, Father.
Can I go to the jail, or...? I guess not. Oh, maybe we can go, use this on him, but first let's go back towards the keep and see what happens. I wonder if I should confront him, or... Let's see what happens if I do this.
Bishop Henry sends me.
The bishop, eh? What does he want?
He wants me to talk to Bartholomew of Shiring.
Bartholomew of Shiring? Ha! It's only Bartholomew now. It's his 4th day without bread. Soon he won't even be Bartholomew anymore.
Bartholomew. I am Brother Philip. Could you forgive those that wronged you?
Only God forgives. A monk should know that.
Why did you go against the king?
Stephen sent you. Why would you side with the usurper?
If you talk, they might bring you food.
You are not the first to offer me that. Why should I confess to you?
Your people found refuge in my priory. Your confession will help me to give them work and shelter.
I have no sins to confess. My only regret is that I failed.
I will not tell the king that. They will kill you.
They have already done that. Monk, tell them that I confessed.
To what?
All of it. Treason.
But...
The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father. Tell Stephen that as well.
You know the scripture?
Richard and Aliena, my children, they must live.
Bartholomew confessed, but asked for clemency for his children.
And a good day to you too, Father.
I like this guy.
I think I've done what I could, but I should let the bishops know when I leave. I would not want to upset them.
Alright, I'm gonna ask him about the thing.
He confessed to everything, but he asks for clemency for his children.
Good. I will let my brother know what we have achieved today once he returns from the hunt.
Good, Philip. You did well.
About Bartholomew's children.
My brother was never one to judge a man by the deeds of his father. Still, I shall mention Bartholomew's request to him.
Should I do this? I feel like it's kind of the wrong time. I'm gonna do it.
Would you not rather build a castle, my bishop?
What?
A castle like this, I mean. Do you not find this place remarkable? Winchester Castle?
Of course. It is.
No, that didn't go so well.
Maybe I should come back tomorrow.
Yes, there is not much a monk can do here.
Yes, your bishop and I will do what we can to help your priory.
My loyal subject, Percy Hamley, today becomes the Earl of Sharing. Of the former Earl's possessions, Percy shall have the castle. And all the land that is tenanted to knights, and all farmlands, pastures, forests, and quarries.
I swear by all that is holy to be your liegeman, and to fight for you against any other.
My king...
Ah, yes. Of course, I have not forgotten the worries of my bishops. The Earl of Sharing himself, Percy here, solved this problem for me. Thanks to him, I can uphold my promise. Don't worry, Bishop Waleran. Kingsbridge shall be rebuilt. Percy told me of a man here whom my brother has not yet introduced. Come forward, Prior.
My brother, may I present to you Philip of Gwynedd?
My king.
You seem afraid. What are you worried about?
I'm worried about my priory and the cathedral.
I heard about the fire. How are you managing?
On the day of the fire, God sent us a builder, but we cannot pay him.
Don't worry, you can. Now, about the arrangement between you and Percy Hamley. He told me that he wants to support you in financing timber and stone for your new cathedral. I wholeheartedly agree with the plan you two have devised. It shall be done.
But...
Thank you, my lord.
It seems unnecessarily complicated to give the land to the bishop. Percy told me that you, Father Philip, share that sentiment. He told me it was your idea to take up the burden of managing the rebuilding of the cathedral yourself.
Wonderful.
I'm glad that we all were able to help you, Bishop Waleran, in this pressing matter. After all you have done for me.
Thank you, Lord King.
Bartholomew lost everything in his attempt to end my reign. This morning he was found dead in his cell. I've heard that you, Prior, worry for his children, Richard and Aliena. While they shall lose their status, their name, and their land, they shall go free, wherever they are.
You must be very proud, Lady Hamley.
Of course. Father Philip has been very understanding in all this.
Yes, he is remarkable. Very remarkable.
My husband and I were terrified when we heard about the fire in Kingsbridge. It is a blessing that we can help him and his priory now.
You sowed the wind, Philip.
Damn. I thought I had disagreed, unless they just acted like I did it anyway. Oh, he believes. Okay, so what we did. You went to see Bartholomew in his cell. You rode with William to the bishop's palace and uncovered Waleran's secret. Waleran's servant thinks you are a thief and is suspicious of your motives. The Hamleys made it look like you struck a deal with them. That's what happened. So they acted as if we did agree. I guess there's nothing that prevents them from doing that. Interesting. Okay. Bishop Waleran believes you betrayed him. That's probably bad. Although I did all I could to try and... I feel like if I had just agreed to betray him, it would have been simpler, because I would have been... Now I'm in a bad way with both of these factions. But there's no way I could have known that. I thought I was being loyal. game's full of surprises.
Is everyone ready?
Yes, everyone will be there. But how are we to pray and contemplate like this? I don't dare even to send my choir out there.
We shall get used to it, all of us.
We must be thankful for all of this, for each noise, each face that disturbs us here.
We shall start with the chancel, then gradually work our way from east to west. That's the way it's done, the way I was taught to do it.
I value your enthusiasm, my dear Mason, but so far we're only cleaning up. I haven't even considered hiring a master builder yet, neither you nor anyone else.
May I show you some drawings?
By all means.
A frontal view of the church. It's less abstract than the floor plan. Could be a good place to start. A side view of one of the aisle's walls. It helps to understand proportion. Maybe I should begin here. The outline for the foundation. This is where construction begins. But for a layman, it may be hard to comprehend.
Look here first. If you were facing the cathedral with the front wall torn down, you would see it like this.
Interesting. What's that, coming out from above the entrance?
No need to mention the foundation. It's very deep and a lot of work. I'd rather focus on the more impressive details. I drew it almost impossibly high. I had to. The prior needs to be impressed. 2 round-topped archways, half the height of the nave. The stone vaults provide support for the nave. It's either 3 halves or double the height of the nave. A higher tower is more impressive, but also more costly.
That's the tower, of course.
I thought so, but why is it right above the nave? Shouldn't it be closer to the transept?
Oh, don't be fooled. The tower is, of course, farther back, but one cannot show depth in a drawing.
Ah, of course. How high will it be?
Twice as high as the rest. It makes for quite an awe-inspiring view.
It also sounds very expensive. Tell me more about the nave.
Well?
The nave will be about 32 feet high, and will appear even higher.
Drawing the eye heavenward with its loftiness.
Well said. A chamber worthy of God.
I always wondered how walls this high could hold up so well.
You recognize the aisles?
Of course. I've been in quite a few churches in my time.
Did you know then that their purpose is to support the nave?
Fascinating. I must say, you do know your craft, Master Builder.
What else we got here? To a layman, they must look like wasteful knickknacks. They're really holding the walls together. Without buttresses and aisles, the nave would just crumble down.
The walls of the nave are held by the aisles and buttresses bearing the pressure from the side.
Very interesting. What about the other drawings?
I won't tell him about the ceiling yet. You could never afford a curved stone vault. So simpler timber will have to do. The side view of one of the aisle's walls helps to understand proportion. The outline for the foundation.
Imagine you're standing in the center of the nave looking at the wall. This is what you see.
Are those windows?
Right, but that's not all.
The bottom half is hardly a wall at all. It's a row of columns joined by arches. Light shines past the arcade and into the nave. 3 windows above each of the arcade. No light will come through here. Behind them is the lean-to roof of the aisle. The clerestory walls like the nave from above. In size, they make up 2/3 of the upper half. That's smaller than the arcade, and twice the size of the gallery.
On the lowest level are the pillars of the arcade. They're joined by arches making up the bays. Through the archways you can see the windows in the aisle. On top are the clerestory windows. Shall I go on?
Yes, yes, of course. I was just thinking. Keep going.
Alright.
Starting right in the middle is the Tribune Gallery.
I can see you have put a lot of thought into this. I was just wondering, how long would this take to build? You can take your time with that answer.
Well, I guess we'd want to keep the cost down. Man, this is a tough choice. I'm gonna say 8 to 10.
Well, that depends on how many people you employ. If you can afford 60 masons, you could build the whole church at once instead of working from east to west. That might take 8 years, maybe 10.
I wish my monastic officials had your ability to think ahead and calculate. Go on now, show me the rest of your drawing.
Ah, that went over pretty well.
When we walk around the site, we mark where the walls will be, the pillars, the doors and buttresses. Now for that we need a plan like this, to tell us where to place our pegs and string.
Is this how birds would see our church?
Exactly.
Okay, we got the nave, we got the transept, the chancel. I don't know what any of those things are.
The nave is on the left. It has 6 bays.
And the chancel?
The nave points west and has 6 bays. They should be easy enough to understand. The chancel faces the sunrise in the east. I want it to be 4 bays long, enough to look impressive without costing too much. The transept gives the church its cross-like shape. Here it starts right in the middle towards the chancel. With 2 bays, it's perfectly proportioned.
The chancel will have 4 bays.
I can see the transept is 2 bays wide, so it will be 12 in total. It does look splendid, but isn't that rather small?
It would be smaller, but not less impressive.
I guess a small cathedral would be closer to our means. It is still also uncertain. Percy Hamley would support us with timber and stone, but how do we pay the workers? But only God knows if it will be enough. I don't suppose you have any idea how much this would cost.
Pessimistic, £3,000 at the least. Optimistic, no more than £3,000. Well, we just want them to agree to it for now.
I know exactly how much this would cost. It would be no more than £3,000.
I've spent the last few weeks working out the annual income of the priory. Here's the answer. £300 a year. And we spend every penny.
Huh.
So, I need to find £200 a year. It doesn't sound so bad when you put it that way. You really want to build this cathedral yourself, don't you?
Yes, Father. I want you to appoint me Master Builder.
Why?
Because he wants to teach people all.
Is that so? Then answer me this one last question. If people were to enter your church, what image would they see crowning the tympanum above the entrance? One of Judgment Day, to teach people to be good? Or one of Paradise, to remind them of God's mercy?
Show them hell, so that they're afraid to do bad things.
I'd rather see trees and animals.
It should be the promise of a better life. Therefore, it will show heaven.
Yes.
This is quite exciting, isn't it, brother?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Francis.
I'm just glad that I can be a part of this. In the past year, I was often afraid that my involvement in politics might turn out, well, let's just say that I'm glad that I can still be by your side, Philip. And for that, I thank God, and I thank you too.
Papa, will there be statues inside?
Statues?
Oh. That's enough, children. It's time you went out and played. Prior.
Yes?
My first wife, Agnes. She died without a priest, and she's buried in unconsecrated ground. Sometimes a man builds a chapel, or founds a monastery, in the hope that in the afterlife God will remember his piety. I just wonder, do you think my design might serve to protect Agnes's soul?
God no longer asks for blood sacrifices, for the ultimate sacrifice has already been made. But the lesson of Abraham's story is that God demands the best we have to offer, that which is most precious to us. So you must ask yourself, is this design the best thing you could offer?
Except for my children. Yes.
Then rest easy, Tom Builder. God will accept it.
Oh, we got it. Contract dated February 1st, 1136. I, Philip of Gwynedd, in representation of Kingsbridge Priory, here assign Tom Builder as master builder for the construction of Kingsbridge Cathedral. The Priory will provide £200 a year to be used wholly for materials and craftsmen. The pace of construction shall be adjusted accordingly and adhere to plans approved by the Prior. In exchange for his work, Tom Builder and his family are to receive a private house and the right to attend all common meals of the Priory. The contract is subject to change with the Priory's financials and gives future prospect of additional payment to compensate for the master builder's work. Signed, Prior Philip of Gwynedd, Tom Builder. Oh! Wow, they're really getting to it, huh? Alright, ladies and gents, we're going to explore the new building site here on the next one. Thank you everybody for joining. A lot of stuff went down on this episode. Now, if you're not already, make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel where you'll see all these Pillars of the Earth episodes come out every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, 4 times a week. You can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/thevoiceofnick. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.